Hi guys, how are you doing? So we are back, and today we were discussing the weekly analysis specifically related to all the currency pairs out there. It would be a really interesting stream if you are interested in specifically finding the good opportunities out there. Although we would be focusing on the midterm week, but there would be certain signs that we can look for the weekly analysis as well. So I've only marked specifically the the high impact data out here. So, but before we do get into further structure, just a sec, guys. S- So there is more I want to like show you guys. Just give me a sec. So we do see that there are certainly some of the datas that are really important. So for the euro, we do have like some election thing. I want to like see it in more detail right now. Okay, so the yens are specifically closed today. Just give me a minute, guys. So we do have certainly yens that are not working. On Tuesday, we do have like a consumer confidence data. It's important for Aussies. We have CPI coming. Not much difference out there. And we do have a preliminary GDP for quarterly index. That's almost the same. Unemployment claims, a little bit of the same according to the forecast. Preliminary CPI monthly index for the Germany. It seems a bit that inflation is a little bit on a rise this month. We can see that it's -2. The forecast is +4. So there's a high likelihood that we can see certain changes. And when it came to CAD, this is an important data that will be coming on the Friday, specifically at 8:30. And core PCE index is also an important data that is coming out. Not much difference. So overall, it seems like it would be a good week, but there might not be much of the volatility out there. So looking at another website for understanding for on Monday, there's nothing much at 4 a.m. That is Eastern Standard Time. We do have business climate and consumer confidence for the Germany, durable goods on Thursdays, and no, there's nothing much out there specifically for. We do have like a GDP for the Canadian dollar right here, and for US we do have like a important data right here. So it's around about like the same, not much differences. So we don't have that kind of data that which we expect, but only like on Fridays we do have that a little bit of volatility around here. So most likelihood that market can specifically readjust itself when it comes to these types of weeks, and we can see that the DXY is in a continuation of the downtrend from this point, and it just opened up today with the good momentum on the downside further. So let's see how the reactions occurs around at this point, and it can be a wonderful opportunity as well as it could be. We need to actually figure it out because the way the price has been like breaking out of this, specifically this area, we can see that there is a continuation that has begun, and on the current because like the time frame which we are looking at, it just actually shows that what we are looking at. So I'm more interested in 105 level right here if the price is reached to that point. Otherwise we have to like reanalyze it from the bottom part. This was like 5th November, I think. So like yeah, so it was on election day when the Trump actually took over the presidential election charge and everything. Or maybe he won the election right here. Yes, this was the point. 5th November he won the election. So the prices are, we just saw a good pump around here, and after that we just saw there was a rally on the top, and then again the prices has been like moving faster and coming down faster. So one important thing which I want to like highlight, that after this breakout from this point, you can see that prices took around 66 days, so around like 2.5 months, and prices almost is back to this point, and it is in coming back around like 40 something days. So there is a selling urgency that we can actually see in here. So this is an important stuff right now. Before that, guys, I want to like take a few minutes break. It would be like a hardly 1 minute break, so stay tuned. So the overall analysis for right now, based on the principal focus, that is the point of interest which I am looking at, is more on the side of the bearish sense. Of course, we can get a reaction around this point, but we have to consider a proper scenario for a specific breakout of the structure. So if we consider this as the range right now, and in any case the price just goes up And even the price then after breaks this structure and any sort of pullback around here can give us a solid move on the upper side. Until and unless, guys, like, the idea is that we might see certain reactions around this point, we might see reactions around that point on the downside. So there is there's a less likelihood. The thing is that when a certain changes occur in this the reversal pattern, there is a chance that they occur so quickly that sometimes we are unable to even detect it. Like, for example, right here you see that the prices were pushing on the downside, right? Even the price pushed on the downside, and after that price reached up here, and again, like, we are getting a reactions on the downside, but as we broke it out and went back, this is the momentum shift that happened, right? This is the candle that actually kind of build a momentum on the upper side. And similarly, right here you see this is the candle that actually built the momentum on the downside after that, and this is the candle even that built the momentum on the downside. So there are certain times that we need to detect actually like what's happening through the momentum that is present in the market. And you see right here as the price opened today, right? So mostly like the price actually start opening around 4 Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. So this is, if this is the opening, if we consider this as an open price, you see like it was a good momentum on the downside. So we can't expect right now that price is going to get bullish that easily based on the weekly open of this week. So if we see like a weekly candle, we can actually understand it by our own analysis that the last week was around 17th of Feb to 21st of the Feb. So let's see, it was around here. Yep. So 16th, yeah. So let's consider at this candle, right? So this is the opening of the candle right here, and let me mark it as a different. So this was like an opening price, right? And the closing price was around here, right? So how the candle would be looking at, we would be looking at the candle like that. This is what I'm like trying to like tell you, that we can like actually, we don't need different kinds of time frame even to specifically understand that how the candle would be forming. We can do it by our own self, using our own understanding that. So this is how the weekly candle is looking right now. And for the proof right now, I can like show you that. See, this is the weekly candle that is looking like that. And right here, you can see that the candle which I drew is so similarly to that, right? So this is the candle that is looking in the weekly time frame. Let me like enlarge it a little bit. And right here, see, this is the candle similarly to that one, exact body and everything. Although it went a little bit lower, that I specifically didn't incorporate, like it should be down there like that. This is what the weekly candle is looking like, and it is like in the super bearish trend. And the way the price is opened for this new week, it's quite bearish, and certainly the prices are pushing on the downside. So this is really important to understand that, specifically like DSDXY, that is incorporating around about 7 major pairs and other pairs as well. It is really important to determine the direction, and direction is still on the downside. So let's move further um, on USD CAD right here. So USD CAD has been, I was in a short trade on USD CAD from this point to this point, but I was aiming down there. So you need to understand, guys, that we can't actually understand that where would be our profit level or where would be taking the profits, because sometimes it can move more points than what we have analyzed specifically. So this was the level I was looking for the prices to reach. But as the price came back down there and it started giving me the pushes on the upper side, I kind of like exited the position, taking this point profit out there, and it was a good profit as regard towards like the stop loss size as well. But the idea is that it doesn't matter what your stop loss is, it's matter like what you are specifically locking. So in that case, I was almost out right here. After like I took my partial here, then I kind of like was unable to specifically understand that it wouldn't be like pushing further, but it went back, retested this level, and coming back to this level again. And let's see that how specifically the prices unfolds itself, because as we can see that dollar is weak, so the Canadian dollar might be pushing on the downside further. So it looks like that it has like much more capacity to move on the downside like that. And one of the most important thing, that the prices were in the range right here, which we have been like discussing continuously, guys, if you have been like watching my previous stream. So again, that we had this range. There was another trade that was taken around this point, came back down again, pushed back up, and I got interested in the continuation of the move. But there was another leg that was formed, and after that now prices can go downside further like that. But taking a position and analyzing a position is like a different job. So you need to understand that if I'm just saying that I have a bias on the downside, it doesn't mean like I can enter anywhere. You have to find a specific point specifically to enter, and that's something that is a skill in the trading journey that has to be developed. So right here you can see that prices has been like making highs all the time, and then there was a break that happened around here, prices unable to form a higher high, prices came back down. And most important thing right now happened is that prices are within this zone right here, and after being here in this zone, the most important thing is that price is again unable to form a high after breaking this point and broke on the downside. That is a clear indication for the Swiss to be pushed on the downside, and then we can see that now price has broken out of this level. Most likelihood is that price is going to reach down there, and this can give us a good opportunity. Any sort of pullback can give us a move like that, but we need to actually understand that where to enter. But overall the bias is on downside, so for that reason I would be noting this pair down, because this pair has a ability to give us a good move. So for that reason USD CHF would be the prime consideration for now, until unless like we can find that we can see. One of the most important thing is that we do have like a clear pattern, something like that on the downside, like a single prints, and prices wouldn't be taking much longer to reach on this point around here. So hold tight until unless we can get a good move and on any sort of pullback. Similarly, structure for USD JPY. USD JPY is so near towards this low of the weekly range, and this move specifically happened so suddenly on Friday. Uh, this move specifically happened so suddenly on the Friday. I was expecting this kind of breakout that happened on the downside on specifically Canadian dollar. I wasn't looking on the yen sides, but all of the sudden it happened on the yens, and it was kind of like sometimes you need to understand that we are looking on the pairs that the day that is announcing the data out there, but uh, the things certainly happen in some other pairs, so we need to be ready about it. And it's fine if we kind of like miss it. It doesn't matter because you can't catch everything out there. So for that reason, I would be placing my alert down there, and let's see how the price actually unfolds itself. And whatever it actually looks, it looks more on the side that we might even like break out on the downside with this kind of momentum that is being shown on the outside. But it's really important to understand that tomorrow, not tomorrow, but it's like most in the world, we do have Monday started, so the yens are off right now. So there would be, we need to be like more considerate about that as well. So on the euro, we see that euro has been like making highs continuously, and it has broken out of this level after giving the move around this point, and most likely it can continue on the upper side if the dollar is getting weaker. Although we might have certainly like until and unless like dollar tariffs are managed for EU and for Chinese yuan and all that stuff, we can't actually like say something for sure, because right now the reason for the dollar to come down is more on the exporting side, that exporters are unable to figure out the real tariffs, and businesses are confused right now that how the the president would be deciding about the tariffs. But most likely is that this could be a good opportunity. If the prices reach up here, then we can actually like understand that what happens. But on the local range, that is right here, this is our local range right here. We can see that there's a breakout happening. The breakout that happened isn't that good either. It's a small breakout, so there might be a good amount of pullback down there, and then prices can continue up higher. But the thing is simple, that we need to actually monitor, guys. Whatever I'm showing right now here, it's more based on the analysis, not a trade opportunity. So it would be giving you the good trade opportunities out here. And this was a this was the trade that actually I was able to like take around this point to this point, and as it reached to the lower of this range, and even I was holding after my uh, profit level, but this range kind of like was stressing me out in a sense that I wasn't sure that what's going to happen. But I want to like tell you a secret right now, that for example, when the price is moving on the downside like that, and if the prices start forming a channel, and then after that it start forming a range like channel like that, and then start forming a range on the sideways, so most likely there is certain kind of negotiations that are happening that can actually push the prices on the upper side. It's a tool for a reversal, but you need to understand that in trading, your analysis is nothing. It doesn't matter. What we need to do is we need to actually believe in the probabilities and understand what your setup is. You need to understand where your setup, your plan, when you're specifically dedicated to this work, it isn't like a normal work. It's like normal is a loser in this trading. So you need to understand all that stuff. So this was the this was the trade I actually like took, and you can see that I took my position around here. Prices went up, pushed on the downside a little bit. After that, prices started pushing on the upper side. Due to the Friday stuff, I had to like actually get out of the trade, because on Friday I can't specifically hold the trades for longer because of like the certain drastic moves that are being formed in this government right now when it comes to USD. So it's really difficult for me to like specifically hold a trade over a weekend until unless like it has gone really far. So it seems like Euro GBP shows that Euro is getting stronger than pound. That's what it is shown. And secondly, we can see right here that prices made a made a good double bottom right here. That is right in front of you, and there's a breakout that is happening. Anyway, guys, like let's see if it forms a triple bottom around here. So there might be a chance that prices can push on the downside, but for now onwards, we can actually like witness that there's a high likelihood that prices can even go on the upper side like that, although we do have like a good amount of rejection point around here. So I'm really interested to see that how specifically it looks like. Euro Aussie, it seems quite smooth, quite quite relevant to our price action that I actually specifically trade. And you see this was a range out here, a probe that was formed, pushed on the downside, again pulled back, rejected around here, again gave a pushback on the downside, and now prices is pushing on the upper side. Most likely is that this candle that has formed gave us a pullback and might give us a continuation on the upper side like that. So this is what I actually currently believe. And you can see right here, this is the kind of the candle that is formed. We have like a good amount of evidences right now. This candle is a good evidence right here. And see, this is a breakout pullback with a wick right here, forming a morning star, forming an evening star right here, and then again the prices can push on the upper side like that. So most likelihood it would be going up till here we can get a good move, but uh, right now it's so early to say anything because it's just the beginning, but we need to be like super cautious about this. So euro odd, I would be like rating it for the bullish price until and unless we get a good amount of reaction around a certain level. Similarly, euro and zd, we can see that the prices are in a bigger range. On the other hand, range, what I mean by range is like you see prices under this range, and there are certain times that prices has been pushed on the downside, but they are holding around this order block right as well, right here. And then we can see the reaction that happened on the upper side. And it's really amazing to see that how things are actually forming that is better for the other pairs rather than United States dollar. So in that case, guys, I would be placing my alert right here. Similarly to the Aussies, yens, Aussies NZD can give us a better move as well. So it's right here in front of you that most likelihood is that there can be a breakout that can push the prices on the upper like that. There is there are certain levels as well that I'm looking at right here. You can see this could be another level that can actually act as a resistance, or you can find some reaction around here because the liquidity, guys, is around this point. And this could be a really favorable move on the upper side because people who are being like selling around here can get stopped out with this kind of move. So let's see how things actually forms. And similar structure in EuroCAD, guys. So euros are overall like bullish, and Euro NZD can be a good opportunity, and the best thing about Euro NZD is that it doesn't give up bigger losses. So this is another good breakout, guys. Really beautiful breakout after forming a inverted head and shoulders right here in front of you, and there was a breakout that happened. And after the breakout, this is it. So I want to like draw it right here for you guys. So similarly, like that thing is that we can see a breakout happening around here. So any sort of small pullback can give us a continuation move on the upper side, something like that I'm looking at as. But you need to understand this is just an analysis, guys. The trades are not taken with the analysis, but trades are taken on the specific points. Euro JPY, the liquidity was around about taken around here, right? And then we had a push on the upper side. After that, prices came back down around about like 90%. Prices came back around here, and now we are seeing a reaction. And the liquidity has been already taken for this move. And people who were longing around here took the buys around here, got stopped out. Again, coming back to this level, this could be a really favorable position for Euro JPY. And I would be like putting an importance towards this pair because this is something really amazing that we actually encountered here. So it's similarly like prices, people who just bought around this point, they are even getting stopped out, and the liquidity of this zone has been like cleared out as well. So most likely if the because prices, guys, doesn't move like that, you need to understand that. So there would be a lot of panic creation around here, pushing you towards impulsive buyings and panic selling, and then they would be like pushing it on the higher side. So this is an algorithm for the trading, so we need to actually be smart about it whatever we are doing. So Euro CHF, again, amazing level that it formed around this point. So we just like got a level around here. You can see to this order block right here, prices came back down, and again prices are pushing on the upper side. Although you see this type of candle that has formed as like a single prints in there. Single prints, what I mean by single prints is that there is not much selling activity induced in there. So each time whenever the price specifically moves, like for example this was the movement of the price on the downside, we do get a move on the back on the upper side in order to specify that all the people who are selling here has been knocked out, and after that the price starts moving. For guys, you need like this is like something seriously difficult in a sense that, for example, if you see a move on the buy side like that, what would be happening that price would be coming back down and moving on the upper side, then again coming back down and then breaking on the upper side. This shows that there's never a free lunch out here. So you need to be like really cautious about whatever you're are risking. So in that case, we actually need to understand that how specifically this zone has been like forming. Overall it looks bullish as per the range, but this is our broader analysis. But we did got a good reaction around this point, and we have marked that. Secondly, we also can see that there are certain times we just found a great reaction around this zone. Why I'm saying this zone is that you can see even around this zone. Let's keep it up here. That is more simple. That we can see that this type of candle that has shown the urgency to push on the upper side, and then again on the upper side, and then again on the upper side, and then again on upper side. can be a good opportunity as well. Euro, sorry, pound has given us a great reversal, guys. There is a good amount of like a selling we can actually, like we have seen in here, down here, and now again the prices are pushing on the upper side like that. So there is a lot of things that are happening around here. Difficult to say that what we are looking at, but we can actually see that prices has actually broken out right from this point, and we can see right around here we can see that the breakout has occurred, and after the breakout there was a pullback, and from the pullback we saw like a two candle retracement on the upper side. Most likelihood is that the prices can actually like move on the upper side similarly to euro usd. So this was another trade that was actually executed, and this trade wasn't executed specifically. I got stopped out, but the thing is that I got stopped out because of the rollover spreads, and it's a big problem, specifically where I am actually working. We with the offshore brokers, there is a good good amount of spreads, which is really small when you have like a premium accounts or the accounts that are on the pro side, but I don't have that one. So in that case, guys, I suffer with a good amount of spread sometimes. So I got stopped out, although the prices never reached to my level, and price gave us a good move on the downside. But apart from that, right now, which we are looking at, that prices again are gave moved in my direction. But the most important thing is that now prices are coming back, and prices can be making this swing around here. We do have a double bottom around here. Similarly, like for example, prices came back down, pushed back up, again came back down, and again pushing on the upper side, forming a double bottom around there. So similar structure around here. So much likelihood is that we can expect a move on the upper side, but we need to actually figure it out that where we need to enter. GBP and ZD. So this was another trade idea that was actually formed. This was never executed, but we need to actually see that how things are specifically forming. Prices went up, came back down here. I was quite keenly sure that we can actually get a move on the downside, and similarly, we got this good amount of sell structure around here. Prices kind of like stopped around here. Um, and again we might see a move on the upper side like that, forming a inverted head and shoulders based on the correlation effect right now with the other pairs. GBP CAD has been in a good uptrend. I can be sure, and I can like guys literally tell you that how many people might be selling around here, selling around here, selling around here, selling around here, and people who might have like sold around here must be still holding this position and getting cranky with this. So it has been like a good amount of push on the upper side. We need to be like super careful when we are treating this kind of momentum out here. So it's although you can't see how I am specifically looking at is that I am quite sure that people would be shorting it every time, thinking that this range gonna break from this point, from this point, from this point. So it doesn't even matter, guys. So we need to actually understand this can give us a good opportunity for even a sell structure. But if the prices reaches and touches this point, we have to actually wait and see that how we can actually expect a reaction around that. GJs, GJ again. GG again gave us like a good move on the upper side. After that, we saw a big sell off on Friday, guys. This is a big sell off that happened in GJ, and I kind of like missed it because I told you I was looking at CAD because there was a Canadian dollar data that was coming out, and I usually go with the pair that actually can provide with the opportunities according to the fundamentals. So we did got a reaction around here. You can see right here. I might have like marked this point. I was looking for buys around here. So we did got a buy around this point, and after that it formed like a double top up there. After that I formed a double top. It formed a double top up here. Again a double top, again a pull back from this point, and price went down. I would be really be interested around here to see that what is happening, and something really important out here is this 190 level as well, and I would be like really interested in 190 level around here. So let's see how things actually forms. It is something that has to be done with super focus, because as you start losing your focus, you start losing the understanding. And you see right here we are on the Swiss. This was the high specifically I was looking at. This range I was looking much interested there, but after this breakout that actually happened, uh, each time the prices are pushing on the downside, each time the prices are pushing on the downside like that, again we saw a reaction on the upper side, and this range has been formed. Prices went down on Friday a little bit, but after that on the Monday opening we can see the momentum here. This is a evening start that has been developed right here, and right now I'm not sure that is it like a good momentum move, but I told you already that the motive for this is to understand the bias, and the bias is, guys, bullish out here. It's totally bullish out here, and I certainly believe that if this morning star kind of holds up, we can expect a move on the upper side like that. And this is what we're gonna see when the London session actually opens, because we are doing and treating it on the pre-London session right now. Not even a pre-London, it's like an Asian session right now that is running. Aussies, on the other hand, has given us a breakout around this point, and you can see right here if certainly the prices are in this form 1 to 3 pattern up here, went up there, formed a range around this point, broke out, and pushed on the downside like that, broke out further. Equal to this move, we have this move, and then price pulled back, and now it's a bit confusing on the upper side that how things actually react around on the upper level. So this is an important level which we need to mark. Let's see. NZD, AUD, NZD. AUD, NZD hasn't given us a uh, good move on the upper side. It's really important for us to actually analyze this, because you see, if you see like Euro NZD or Pound NZD, we are a bit, we can see the bullish aspect in there. There is a high likelihood that the prices would have been like pushed on the upper side when it comes to those pairs. But right now, when you see AUD as a date hasn't given us a good momentum, so we need to actually find out when you're specifically studying and looking deeply in the analysis, you need to find out, like, figure out that why this is happening. So we cannot actually see any sort of bullishness in AUD and ZD. So this is interesting, something which I am curious about, and I would be looking much deeper into that. And you guys can even look, because what I'm just trying to tell you, like, in an easy form, You see AUD NZD price action right here, and if you see Euro NZD price action right here, we can see this type of move. If you see Pound NZD right here, we can see this type of move. But if you want to see like AUD NZD, there's nothing like that, and it's weird in a sense, and that weirdness is what we actually cash in with. So this is AUD CAD. I was specifically short on AUD CAD because the reason for taking a short position in AUD CAD was 1 hour time frame, and after moving above with a good bullish momentum right here, you can see right here we do have a head and shoulder pattern that has formed, and then there was a breakout around here, and then prices broke out further. I got interested. I took the position of the short around this point, hoping for the price to go on the downside. And on Friday I was just like expecting the price to actually reach to this point, but because I was interested in the Canadian dollar data above here, so couldn't get a move. I got myself stopped out because of the Friday, and I usually don't like to hold my trades for on the week. So that's another debate why I don't like to hold the trade. But the most important thing is that I need to figure it out that either is it an opportunity or not again if I just re-enter, because sometimes like re-entering can be a good option as well. Otherwise, can't say anything. AUD yens specifically gave us a good move after a big sell-off that happened around here. You can see it's a big sell-off that happened. I think like it happened most bigger on the Aussies. Now we are getting a 3 candle retracement around here and might even push on the downside, or if things happen, it can. Things happen means that the data comes out or something like anomalies out there, we can actually like cash into that. And right here we can see that there is a let's keep it there where it was. So with the Euro CHF, we got a selling structure around here. This was a good amount of selling move that happened, but prices couldn't like hold onto the sellers, but instead it started breaking out on the upper side like that, moving on the upper side like that, and then again we got a big sell off after that. Getting a big sell off after that, and again the prices are pushing on the upper side. Let's see that how things gonna react when the prices comes up out on this level. If the prices are coming out on this level, because it's a level of 15700 as well, so I will be placing my alert around here. So see if the prices are moving on the upper side like that, again the prices came back to the level of 5700. That is a round number as well, 5700 right here. So what I mean by 5700 is like 0.5700. So after that the prices came around here, gave us a push on the upper side. So let's see that if the prices come back around here back to these levels, then we can actually understand that there's something special in there. But if the prices doesn't even come back here, because we do have like, because you see the prices opened around here, pushed on the downside, again came back up, means opened around here, came back down, pushed back up here, and standing right there. So this is what it is looking like. And when it's looking like that, it seems like that it still have the bullish momentum, because the opening price is on the upper side, and the because opening price is right here. So prices couldn't even like break the opening price. There might be a weakness in there, so we have to like actually wait. Aussies can be a good opportunity, guys. NZD USD has has broken out of this zone around here, and after the breakout of this zone we can see certainly some reaction happening around here. And after that, right now price is unable to form the high and pulling a little bit on the downside, but not interested in that kind of pullbacks. So price is kind of like started pulling back on from this level. Let's see how things gonna be. NZD CAD prices is forming the range around this point, neither buying nor selling. Let's see if we can get a understanding of that later on. By the way, the thing is that this was a range above here, a zone here, broke out, pulled back, and right now it's in the range. Until the range shows something, otherwise we can expect a move on the downside. We have to be super vigilant with our positions, specifically when it comes to these pairs. And the DJPY gave us a great move. I was able to score this move. After that, on Friday when this happened, I wasn't much looking on these yen pairs, and prices again came back down there and now pushing on the upper side. Let's see if we can get a reaction around there and then again the continue move on the downside. Similar structure for NZD CHF, not clear enough, but we did got a reaction around here, and if the prices reach to this level, I want to like mark a certain like a level around here as well. This level, there could be more levels as well that we are looking at something like not this. This is a good level. So, but we need to actually understand that where we have gotten the reaction from. Just a sec, guys. So, right here, let's see if this prices are moving on the downside right here. If the prices comes down on this point around here, then we can actually like think what is happening. Or if it reaches to on the upper side and breaks out of here, then there's much likelihood that prices can continue on the upper side. This is a good price action, guys. You see right here, the liquidity is taken. Again, the prices came back down there, liquidity again taken, and we are getting this wick up here. Seems like there's a good amount of fight that occurred between the buyers and sellers around here. Even if we take a long around here, can be a good opportunity. So in that case, prices can reach to on the upper side like that, but there is more to it. I'm just saying that this is not ultimately a price. Ultimately, that prices would be going on the upper side because it's a single push. We need to actually get something like that, or something a range formation. So there might be a range formation here, and then the breakout that occurs, and then we can actually like look into taking any sorts of longs or shorts like things happened around here. It's a continuation, good continuation trade, Again, this is a continuation trade, so don't expect to take a price on the upper side like that. It's not, it won't work like that. So try to try to take a structure that is much valid. Again, we do have an auto block right here that kind of like triggered this move, but let's see how things react specifically on certain levels. Similarly, CAD, CHF, JPY, it has been like a good downtrend overall, and right now it's just a pulling back. But you need to understand, when you see these kind of pullbacks, guys, it doesn't mean that it's gonna buy, because certainly when the prices are in the extremely downtrend and you see a move like that, it's most likelihood is that most people who are like shorting around here, most people who are selling around here, who stay selling around here, are taking the profits around there. So don't expect that one single push can make much of a difference. So we're back to DXY. So this is it, guys, and I hope this stream was beneficial for your. Specifically, it was more on the side of the weekly analysis, and psychologically, it was something to understand that you can take a single push or pump or dump along with that panic buying, or sorry, impulsive buying or panic selling, or something like weird price action structure. You have to understand that whenever the structure is built, only then you can enter. You can't enter on a single wick with the candle rejecting around a weird level, because there are certain, like, I can make like tons of more levels around here. I understand it's so much of the levels around here, but I use them as a reference point. I don't use them for an ultimate buying or selling. So for buying or selling, the criteria is something that is developed through your edge. So keep following. I would be like talking more about it if you want me to like discuss that. But anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. I would be streaming each day as well. This is a weekly stream. I will be posting it in my weekly playlist, but keep following for the daily streams as well. Thank you, guys.